Hi, everyone. Hope you're out there and feeling good about coming to your yoga practice. I want to talk to you, of course, again about how we're going to prep for this so that you can be prepared for what we're doing. Today, we're going to be using either a scarf, okay? We need a scarf or a belt or a tie. Man's tie can work, a yoga belt. We're going to be doing a little bit of work where we want that kind of prop. So we're go grab that along with a pillow of some kind. You can use a regular pillow off of your bed that you would sleep with if you don't have a yoga prop or a pillow like that. We're going to be positioning ourselves in a couple of restorative poses toward the end of our practice today. Um, Fridays is when I like to do the restorative work for us so that we bring balance into the body systems. And so we need a strap, a belt, a tie, a scarf, and then a pillow. Now, if you are going to do your inversion using a chair, you're going to also grab a chair for our supported shoulder stand toward the end of class. And otherwise, you can use the wall for legs on the wall if you have space for that, or a yoga block. So there are many different ways to bring yourself into a supported shoulder stand. Make sure that you have that prop. Everybody has a preference. So propping is important when you're doing your restorative work because we're giving the body specific conversations to help it recover, to kick that part of the nervous system in that brings the body into balance for healing, restoring, recovering, rejuvenating, right? So we want to bring blood flow where it needs to go, talk to the part of the nervous system that recovers, the healing process, the wise wisdom that needs to be influenced in the body to bring about healing and recovery. And we all need that. This is not about illness, it's about balance for maintaining wellness. Okay. And of course, if you've had imbalance, any kind of health challenge, this is going to definitely enhance your healing process. So that's what we will be working with today. So I hope that you have gathered your props and the things that you'll need for class. Now, remember, if you don't have everything that I'm talking about, you're still going to benefit. I will bring the best that I can, variations to all levels of what we're doing to that. We're not trying to measure it against what anybody. Okay, so we're going to start by going to your mat. If you don't have a mat, just to a comfortable spot. This is all floor and standing. So I've done some chair yoga classes now. If you'd like chair variations, you can certainly go find those so you don't have to be up and down off the floor. But this is where we're going to start on the floor today. All right, so go to your mat. All right, so before we go into our centering, we're going to warm up hamstrings and hip girdle a bit. So take your legs out wide, a wide angle, and hold on to your stir stick, interlace your fingers, and reach out in front of you, and then lean into that. So wherever your edge is, if you're feeling a strong stretch, then you know that you're getting that length that we need to open up. And then as far as you can lean forward, you're going to lean in and then begin to circle. Okay, so stir forward. This is called stirring the pot. And then you lean back and circle forward. Now pull your abs in when you lean back and circle forward to open up hamstrings and groin. You want to get that nice and open. And then we're going to go back the other way. Circle back and swing forward. Good. That's great. One more just for warming up so we can feel comfortable sitting on the floor. Before we do this, we're going to pull toes toward each other, towards you, and then point away. So flex and point. flex, one more. Now when you point, circle feet so we get into the ankles a bit and go back the other way. Good. And then keep those toes pulled towards you. And let's hold on to a trapeze bar. And we're going to do more hamstrings just for warming up again. So swing forward and then pull the belly in as you lean back. Inhale forward, exhale back. 3 more. Swing forward, back. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Swing forward and sit back. Good. All right, so shake out the legs. So now we're going to come into our centering. So sit however you're comfortable. Please use a pillow under your seat if that helps you to relax into the hip girdle so that you can sit tall. So you want the support to make sure you're staying in integrity while you're sitting in your centering position. Sit comfortably, lift the heart. Let's touch the fingertips together and just rest them down into your lap. And then close your eyes or gently look down toward the floor if you're not comfortable with eyes closed. And long, slow, deep breaths. And as we start to connect into the cycle of the breath moving in and out, intention that the inhale is taking you inside to that inner space, and then the exhale creates more room in that inner space. So the inhale is creating that movement inward, and then the exhale is creating more space to move in on the next breath in. Good. And as you continue that process of just moving inward, just meet yourself with why you are moving into a yoga practice today. What do you value about what you get from taking this time to meet yourself? And review and intend the qualities that you're creating in this practice. And ask yourself, what would it feel like if I had more blank now? Fill in that blank with the quality or qualities that you value. And just breathe and create in that inner space a real sense of connecting into those qualities that you know you value. And then plant them right into the heart and the mind so that your feelings and your thoughts continue to bloom those qualities into your life, into your well-being. Beautiful. Okay, so let's come right into our practice today. We're going to start with coming onto your belly. So you're going to come onto the floor on your belly. Good. And the feet can be toward the edge of the mat. You can take them a little wider. And we're doing that so that you feel a sense of being anchored in the lower body. So press the tops of the feet down into the floor. Feel how the hips and pubic bone are pressing down. And then reach through the top of the head and press your collarbone forward. This is the Sphinx pose or baby cobra. And what we're doing is just starting to talk to the back this morning. And then we're going to work the muscles along the spine. Okay, so let's bring that right heel up and look over your left shoulder. And then lower that as you come back to center. Left heel lifts, look over the right shoulder. And then back to the center. We're going to breathe with it. Inhale in the center. Exhale, move into your cobra kick. Inhale to center. Exhale, kick. Inhale, and then exhale. And you're always moving the head the opposite direction of the foot that you are lifting. Okay, let's do one more each side. Inhale and then exhale over. Breathe it into the center and exhale. Good. Inhale back to the center. Great. So let's take the upper body down, cross your forearms, and just rest for a moment. And then shake your hips side to side. So do a little bit of rocking to release the low back. Good. All right. So we're going to bring hands under the shoulders. Elbows are going to tuck into the ribs. So you want them pressing down into the sides of the body a bit. And then we're going to lift forehead, nose, chin, and chest. And then we're going to lower it right back down. Chin, or chest, chin, and nose and forehead. Now we're going to breathe with it. Inhale, lift forehead, nose, chin, and chest. Exhale, tuck chest, chin, nose, forehead. Inhale as you lift up. Exhale and lower. Good. Let's do two more. Inhale, lift up. And it's a lift and not a press. So you're working the spine in a nice flow. Last one. Inhale. Lifting. And then exhale. Tucking the chin, nose, and forehead. And then bring the forearms back. Rest your forehead on your forearms. Feel the whole buttocks and legs and back now soften. So we've just done a little bit of warm up that helps squeeze the kidneys, the adrenal glands, which is really important for recovery. We're working on restorative work in our yoga practice today. So whenever we're squeezing the kidneys and adrenals, we're bringing that kind of conversation in that restores and recovers from fight or flight response. Okay, good work. All right, so now we're going to press through the table, come up on your hands and knees, and sit back towards your heels and do a counter stretch. So we're going to round the back. Now, if you can't sit back all the way to your heels, you're going to go to your edge, and forehead should come to the floor. And if that doesn't feel good, you can stack your fists and just rest. So wherever you're getting your grounding for rounding the back is where you want to go. Good. Now extend the arms out. We're in an extended child pose and just stretch out the arms. Feel that little bit of different work in the back, the shoulders, the arms. And then we're going to reach out, get a little bit more stretch in the arms. Good. And then we're going to come through the arms with your chest and drop your hips down, coming into the swan. So you're keeping the hips off the floor, but bringing the chest through for length of the spine. And then we're going to sit back towards your heels and round. Let's do two more. Inhale, come through the arms, lengthen out the spine. Exhale and round. Last one. Inhale. Lengthen, and then exhale and round. Great work. Okay, we got the spine a little more warmed up. Come back into the Sphinx pose. Oh, and before you do that, you're going to have to grab your tie. So if you have a scarf, a tie, a yoga belt, you're going to grab it now. Okay. All right, and then what you're going to do is wrap that around your foot. So if you have a yoga strap, you know you have one end that you can make a loop. You can bring that loop around the ankle, or you can use your tie. You're going to bring it around the right foot, okay? And then you're going to come onto your belly. And you're going to stay up on your forearms, because we want to still get that supported back bend. So the forearms are helping to hold the back up into a nice bend. And then you're going to start to pull that tie to bring your heel towards your buttocks. Now, if you have tight quads, That's those muscles in the front of the thighs. You might just feel that stretch with a little bit of pull, and that's good work. We're opening up those muscles. They're going to help you in your hip girdle, help you in your back flexibility as well. So we want to pull that heel towards you. Now, if you are flexible, you can reach behind and pull that heel down toward the buttock. So if you know that you have that flexibility, just go into that full stretch. But a lot of people have tight quads, and it's actually hindering your flexibility. So that's why we're working with this today. So if this is your edge, you're working with it right there, but breathe. Nice breaths. Now, stay up on the forearms, on the one forearm. The other arm is holding, the hand is holding the tie. Good. Now, we're going to slowly release that. Just really slowly start to bring that leg back to the floor and shake out the leg. Then, of course, we're going to go into a counter stretch. So press back through the table and sit back towards your heel and round. And feel how good that rounding feels in the lower back. Breathe. Okay. Get your tie again. Wrap it around the left foot or ankle, depending on which kind of strap or tie you're using. You're just creating a nice loop with a scarf or a tie so that you can then come onto your belly again. You're up on your right elbow and forearm. Your left elbow's on the floor as you pull that leg towards you on this side. Now, I mean, if you are right there and you're having a stretch, you're doing good work. As long as you're feeling a conversation in your body and you're breathing with it, you're having opening, talking to muscles that might not get the conversation they need to get the nourishment of blood flow, to get more opening and flexibility. So you're pulling to wherever your edge is. And once again, if you can reach back behind and pull that heel down, you can just go to right into your edge. So you're just finding what works for you. Keep that breath breathing. We want to fuel the work with our oxygenated blood. When you're breathing deep, you're bringing oxygen into the blood flow. Good. So when you're in this position, you're also still getting more back work, which means we're getting a supported back bend. Your forearm is helping you to hold your back up, and you're getting that little bit of squeeze in the adrenals and the kidneys that help to recover and restore that balance that we need in the nervous system. Now you're slowly going to lower. Just take it slow. Bring that leg down, shake out the leg. And then press back. Come through the table and round the back. Don't forget, just keep the breath coming in. Good. Okay, so that was some great lower body warm up. We need to address those areas that can tend to stay tight. Now, we're going to come up to standing. So from the table, step the right foot forward, curl your left toes under and lift your knee, and then step your left foot forward and lift up to standing. Just reach all the way up and stretch. And bring the palms together in front of the heart. Good. All right. So we're going to go into a flowing dance movement using your thigh today. And we are going to start with going over the moves, and then we'll do it together to music. So you're going to bring your thigh so that when you lift it up, it's tight. And you want a little bit of stance between the arms so that you are using those shoulders to hold the arms up. The thigh helps your shoulders to relax. So that tension in the thigh keeps those shoulders away from the ears as you keep the arms lifted. Now, the wider your feet, the more stretch you're going to get in the lower body. So if you can take a wider stance, go wide, but make sure you feel steady. So if you need to keep those feet a little closer together, you just want enough stance of stretching to work the hamstrings, okay? Now, the stretch is to make a side movement to the right, and we stop in the middle, and then a side movement to the left, and stop back in the middle. Then we twist to the right, and back to the center, and twist to the left, and back to the center. Then we bend the right knee. So you kind of sink down to the right and bend the knee, and you dip that thigh behind you a bit. And it creates a little crunch in the waist. Back to the center, bend the knee and crunch, and back to the center. And then we move into a flat back. So if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, this is where you're going to stay. Flat back to do the rest of the movement that's coming here, folding forward. Left hand to right, right hand to left. Okay? Now, if you know that you don't have osteopenia or osteoporosis, you're going to, after we go flat back for our twist, you're going to hang further down into a forward bend. Otherwise, your forward bend will stay here if you know you're working on strengthening bone. Okay? Then we all lift back up to the mountain pose. We do that 3 or 4 rounds to music. Okay? So let me get that music on. Feet wide. And remember, you're just finding your edge. Tie tight so that you can relax the shoulders. Arms up as if we're in mountain pose. Tailbone slightly tucked, shoulders away from the ears. As soon as that music starts, we're going to move to the right in a side stretch. Right and left. Twist right and twist left. Now bend the knee, dip right, center, and dip left and center. Flat back, right to left, left to right, forward bend, and stand. Good. Twist. And bend the knee. Good. And other side. Flat back, right to left, left to right, forward bend, and stand. Good. Now, keep going. Twist. And dip. Flat back. We're twisting. In the next move, look behind you. Dip. And dip. Flat back. And stand. Good. So that little bit of movement just helps the body move into flow differently from standing poses, differently from exercise. Okay. So that little bit of flowing work helps the body learn to feel freedom in movement, just letting the body feel free to move. That's what we're doing in that kind of flow. Great. Now, we're going to release some toxins. We've been working into muscles that tend to be tight. We've been warming up, and now we're going to release toxins through our wood chopper. So the feet are wide. Hold on to your axe. We're going to inhale, lifting the hands up over the head, out through the mouth, chop. Inhale, ha. Let me hear it. Ha. 2 more. Inhale, ha. Last one. Ha! Good. Making that loud sound forces more air out. So you want to make sure that you're not being shy. We want to get those toxins out. So that's great work. All right. Now, we are going to move again into our feeling the energy body, working a little more with that supportive energy that sustains and helps the body strive less and move into body wisdom more. Okay? It's a little more intuitive, so it's why we need to practice feeling it. So let's move into a stance that's a little bit closer in the feet. Okay? Now, this is using your imagination to start to intend to feel the supportive energies that are all around you, helping the body to maintain equilibrium, to find that balance between moving and going and striving and resting and recovering and coming into balance, okay? So you have a latent energy that's inside of you and an energy that's all around you. And this exercise is called the effortless effort. So imagine a big ball of air behind you, bigger than you are, holding you up, and rest into that support. Hold a ball between the knees, and then we're going to hold a ball between the arms. So lift the arms about shoulder height, and then hold that big ball of air. And under each arm is a smaller ball. Rest your arms. Just imagine that you have support to relax the arms right here as you hold that big ball of air. Now, resting into those support balls under the arms, relax the shoulders, soften the arms, the neck, the face. Just resting into that big ball behind you, relaxing into the support under the arms. The effortless effort, the ability to receive support from the energies that are around you and within you. If the arms or shoulders feel like they're tensing, just rest into that sense of imaginary support and relax and soften as much as you can. And then gently begin to lower that ball that you're holding. Very slow motion. Just start to lower the ball. And once the ball is lowered, just let those arms relax and the shoulders and feel what you notice. You might feel tingling, softening, a sense of fluid movement. It might feel very grounded in your body. Because when you ground into the body deeper by connecting into the energy that's supporting you, you're an energy body as well as being a physical body, emotional body, and mental body. So the 4 bodies that you are all working together when you are harmonious and in balance. But we don't often even address the energy body. It is right there, waiting to be tapped into to support you. And it'll help you feel more relaxed. It will help you feel more grounded. So let's do one more round. A big ball of air behind you, holding you up. Rest into that support. It's bigger than you are. You can just relax into it. Hold the ball between the knees. Hold the ball between the arms. And then rest your arms on 2 balls that are underneath the arms so that you relax the shoulders, the arms, the neck, the face, The whole back of the body is held and rested. It's like you are able to just rest into a large support system. And just stay present. If you're feeling any tension, just move into that with releasing into that support that's all around you, softening wherever you can, still begin to relax. The eyes are gently looking down toward the floor. So there is just a soft gaze. We don't necessarily have eyes closed, but you're still keeping the attention on scanning where you can soften. And then gentle release, just gently, very slow motion, lowering the ball. And once you've completely lowered the arms, once again, just sense into the whole body what you're noticing. Where have you brought more of that the sense of less striving? We get so steeped into the physicalness of everything that we are and around us that we're sometimes carrying ourselves in patterns that don't support the body to be in balance. Remember, this whole practice today is around recovery, restoring, repairing, rejuvenating. It's the part of our nervous system that brings balance, that helps the body heal. Okay, great. All right, so we're going to come back onto the floor now. So I'd like you to melt back down onto the floor and bring knees into the chest. So we just want to relax the back after all of the work we've been doing into a thank you of massaging the back of the body. So hold on to each knee with one hand and just make some wide, slow circles with the knees as you massage out the back. And then go back the other way. Good. And then we're going to come onto the floor with the feet and the knees bent. And we're going to do two different exercises. One is to strengthen the lower body. And then the next one is to just work the whole back and spine. So the first one's called the walk through life. And what we're going to do is bring your hands to the front of the hip bones. So you just bring your palms facing down, rest them on the front of the hip bones, elbows on the floor. Then we're going to just lift about 2 to 3 inches up off the floor. So you don't want to press up into the bridge. But then you're going to tighten your abs. So pull those abs in a bit, and then you lift one foot and then the other into a march while you keep your hips up off the floor. Keep those abs tight and march. Lift one foot and then the other foot. And we're tightening abs. We're strengthening that whole lower body here. Don't hold the breath though, just regular breathing. Keep marching. Good. And then when you're ready to release, you can stop marching and slowly roll back down onto the floor. Feel that support again of the floor holding the back. And then knees to chest, let's round. Good. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is feet on the floor. We're going to press the hips up as the arms come over the head. Exhale, lower everything back down. Inhale, press up. Breathe it out and release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Breathe in and out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. And then just slowly roll your head side to side. So we want to release those muscles after we've worked them a bit in the neck. Good. All right. So we're going to start our deeper restorative work. We've been preparing the body with squeezing the kidneys, the adrenals, working muscles along the spine, moving flow throughout the body, and really sensing our energy body. All of those things talk to the part of the nervous system that helps the body bring wisdom in that heals. Okay. Now we're going to move into our restoratives. So you'll need to get your chair if you're going to do legs on the chair for your supported shoulder stand, or your yoga block if you like to do your shoulder stand on the yoga block. Okay. And of course, if you like legs on the wall, you can put your legs up the wall. So I'll get my chair. And we're doing the restorative variation for a reason, okay? We're doing this so that the body gets the conversation that tells all the systems to take energy that you would use externally and use it to recover, heal, and restore the body, okay? So you're going to sit next to your chair or next to the wall and then take your legs up. And then bring your arms to your sides, palms facing up, and they can be away from the body just a bit so that the shoulders really can roll open and relax. Make sure that the back of the neck is lengthened, that you're not tipping the chin up. So bring that chin down just a bit so that you find that right place to rest in the center of the back of the skull. And then we activate the long, deep breaths that tell all of your systems that you are taking this time to recover, restore, and repair. And as you continue just receiving now, this is another level of receiving support. So, receiving support from resting into the floor and having the legs held by the chair or the wall. This puts our body into anti-gravity. So you are in a different relationship to gravity here so that the feet, ankles, knees, hips, the spine, everything is in a state of suspended recovery. 20 minutes of this pose is like 1 hour of deep REM sleep to the body. So even though we're just doing about 5 minutes, notice if you're able to relax into these moments. Is the body racing? Is the mind racing? Is the body wanting to jump into something else? And notice that those are just mind patterns and ways of being that don't support your body's ability to heal. So we are creating patterns that talk deeply to the nervous system, immune system, circulatory system. And then as you're ready to release, just start to work your knees back towards your chest. And hold on to each knee with one hand. Just rounding the back again, thanking that back for all of the good work it does to support you. And then roll to one side and come up to sitting. Good. All right, so I'm going to push my chair back. You can push your chair back a bit. And now you're going to take a pillow and we're going to do the counter stretch, which is supported fish pose. Some people use a block for that. You can use your block, or you can grab your pillow and you're going to bring it so that your base of your neck and head rest right at the top. The head and neck hang gently off of the edge of the pillow. Okay, so you might have to adjust that pillow a couple times. The rest of the pillow is under the shoulder blades. Okay, so you're finding that place where your head and neck feel supported and the chest is lifted because the pillow's under the shoulder blades. We're opening the belly and the heart. This is supported fish pose. Arms are out away from the body, but not in a T. So you want those shoulders to feel relaxed. Breathe. The openness in the throat, the collarbone, the chest, the belly is all bringing a sense of softening to places where we can armor ourselves. So we want to soften. We want to know how to be vulnerable and soft as well as strong. Okay, we need both of those elements in order to be in balance. The chest and the belly are open, the throat is open. If you have neck sensitivity, you might need that pillow to be a bit more under the head, and that way you're supporting more. So you can shift that pillow in any way that will help support you to feel relaxed. You don't want to feel any sensation that is straining to the neck or shoulders. And we just keep breathing here. Long, slow, deep breaths. Notice if you've been able to relax enough to just completely stay open. And then you're just going to bend the knees if you need to release the back a bit, and then roll to one side and nurture yourself up to sitting. And notice how you feel with your head back at the top of the body. You've done a supported shoulder stand, turning the body upside down to bring balance to where we always are compressed. We've opened the heart and practiced softening, practice remaining open. And how does that feel to you now? So just notice what you're feeling. And then we're just going to cross the legs. Indian style is fine. And we're just going to do a gentle little twist to each side. So bring your left hand to the right knee and your right hand to the floor. And just do a nice little turn to the right. Lift the heart and relax the shoulders and breathe. And then return back to the center a moment and just feel yourself back in that neutral center space. And then right hand to left knee, left hand to the floor. Look out to the left. Lift the heart and breathe. And then back to the center and feel neutral center. Good. So we moved into nooks and crannies in all levels of our being. We worked into the thighs and hips. We worked into the spine. We worked into opening into our energy body. And we gave the body time to restore, repair, and rejuvenate. So these are all aspects of our being that also need to be addressed that we don't always consider. And it's very good to meet them. Okay. So I hope you felt good and you felt good with that today. Let's bring ourselves into a nice little meditation for our ending. So sit however you're comfortable, but lift the heart. Remember, use a prop if that feels better to you to sit comfortably. We're going to bring the left palm up and the right palm down, intending to receive the benefits of your work through that left hand. Plug them into your own well-being with the right hand. This symbol of acknowledging your self-care. Receiving the benefits of your work, plugging them into your own well-being. And then bringing palms together in front of the heart in prayer pose. Honoring now the peace and calm, harmony, strength, and wisdom within you. May the merit of this practice benefit your own well-being and the well-being of those around you. Peace, peace, and only peace. Gently open your eyes. Namaste. Okay, everybody. Go about your day mindfully. Have a good one.